Hello, my name is Robin Chappell, and thank you for joining us. I am a 3-book author. I am a mother, I'm a wife, and I am the owner of Right Away Publishing Company, a small Black-owned business that is dedicated to helping aspiring authors have their work self-published at a much affordable price. Hello everyone, and welcome back to what I say are my motivational tips and strategies to becoming a self-published author and to remaining motivated while you do your thing independently. My name is Robin Chappell. I am a 3-book author, and I am the owner of my own small business and my own small publishing company. It's called Right Away Publishing, and it is all about self-publishing at a very affordable price. And please be sure to check out my website at www.rightawaypublishing.com. But for now, let's go ahead and get into it. So I remember that on the last video, the first issue that I talked about is time management. I said when it comes to time management, most of the time we do not have 24 hours in a day. If anything, we have maybe up to 6. So everybody's question always is, how do you manage your time, especially with a full-time job, with being a mother, with being a wife, and having other stuff that you know you have to get done and that is a responsibility as an adult. When it comes to managing your time, I have learned that you have to know what is the most important aspect of your time. So when I talk about that, that means we all know that we are family people, we have children, we have things we have to do, we have a full-time job, and we know the hours of those activities every single day. I pretty much can pinpoint the time that I am going to leave for work, get off of work, be able to spend time with my family, and be able to do other tasks that I know need to be done, such as even going to school online and cleaning up the house. All of those things need your time, and they need your time to be dedicated to it. And one thing we do not want to do is terribly multitask. No task that needs to be done correctly deserves only half effort. Everything needs our full effort and our full time. So therefore, actually multitasking is not a thing that I recommend to anybody. People kind of pride themselves on being able to multitask, but if it's something that's important and something that deserves all of your time, I wouldn't recommend actually splitting that time to other tasks that may distract you from something being done in a way better way. When we want to change ourselves, we actually have to dedicate ourselves to that change. So what I had to do on many occasions was actually outline my time and outline the things that were most important to me and dedicate a certain amount of time to that activity. That means actually writing out how long it does take for me to get home from work, how long I'm going to spend time with my family, what days am I going to dedicate to spending time with my family, what days am I going to dedicate to working on my projects and actually putting my all into a book I'm writing. Everything can have your full effort and your full time. And what you also need is a great team and a great amount of support on your side, especially if you are a mother or a parent or a single mother. I know it's hard if you don't have that whole system in place, but I'm going to get to that also if you keep tuning in for the next videos. I myself once was a single mother before I got married and actually wrote my first book during that time. And even when it did take me losing a little bit of sleep or making sure that I wrote a couple of pages when I knew that she was taking a nap or that she was asleep, that was all there really was to it. Most of the time we tend to take those breaks that we get when they are taking a nap or when they are with someone else to kind of just lounge around and relax. And I know it is so tempting, but when you have something that you actually want to do and that you're doing for the purpose of your child, you have to give yourself some of that time and you have to dedicate some of that time to your dreams just to make sure that you go ahead and at least put in something each day. It could be a little bit, it could be a lot, but as long as it's something. That brings me to our next one, which is self-discipline. a definition in itself. When it comes to disciplining yourself and sticking to your tasks and your responsibilities, we often do want to make excuses, laze around, or find a reason why we don't want to do it during that time. I'm going to go ahead and admit that I have had a phase such as that, and I can't even lie and act like there was a good reason for it. Most of the time, it just was because it was not as important as I thought that it was. So self-discipline has to do with you really putting everything into something that you know needs your all. It has to do with not accepting excuses. It has to do with not complaining. When it comes to getting things done, we tend to point our fingers at everybody else but the person in the mirror, and most of the time it was really just you. Self-discipline also comes in the form of change. And when you know that you need to set aside other things that are not important and that have been taking up your time, that also comes with self-discipline. So self-discipline includes sometimes putting your phone away, taking a break from social media for a good month or two, sticking with doing something new such as writing a book or working out, and dedicating at least 2 weeks to it, just to at least make sure that you get accustomed to it. At least give it that effort for 2 weeks. Self-discipline is pushing yourself even when you feel like giving up. Self-discipline is still continuing to go on about your day even when you don't feel like getting out of the bed. Self-discipline is just going that extra mile because you just never know if that last step is the step to actually getting to where you want to be. Last but not least, the other thing was your reason. When I say your reason, I can go ahead and just molly that into it being your purpose. What purpose do you have in the project that you are actually trying to do? Why are you deciding to write a book? What is your reason? What is pushing you to actually put pen to paper and write this book? If you cannot answer that question, there's something terribly wrong. Answering that question is the bulk and the entire existence of why you're writing your book. If you can't answer that question, then most likely it's pretty much just a project that you decided to do because you woke up and decided you want to be a writer. I don't know. People do weird things. But either way, there has to be something. One big important aspect on why you decided that you wanted to write this book. I don't care whether it is your children, whether it is a friend of yours who told you that you couldn't do it. Maybe it is even just the fact that you told yourself when you were little that you always were going to write a book. I don't know. But either way, reach down and find that reason and make that purpose be what pushes you every single day. Honestly, as a parent and as a family person, it's always going to be my children. That's my reason for doing most of the things that I do. But the thing is that I wanted to be a writer before my children. It was my dream, and I've been writing since I was 13. So therefore, me losing that and me just letting it go into regret was something that I definitely could not accept. And for that reason, I just refuse to let it fall until I have given it everything in me and until I've actually tried my best effort in doing what I said that I actually wanted to do and what I know that I can push myself to do. We are our greatest enemy. No one else is stopping you, not your haters that you feel that you have, not your family, not anyone who's told you that you were never going to be shit. It is always you. Nobody's stopping you, and no one's making you do anything that you don't want to do. No one's making you do anything that you do want to do. But either way, we just all know that when it comes to actually doing a project and when it comes to dedicating ourselves to be the best of ourselves, it takes change. It takes us being uncomfortable, and it takes us getting out of our zone and doing something that we're not really used to. I have heard people tell me many times that they can never take a break from social media because it's just something that they need every day. That's a lie. Social media takes away from our thought process. It takes away from our train of thought when we need to put something into a project that's actually authentic. And in no way am I downing social media. We do need it actually for business, to promote things, and to actually put things out there that we have to say and that we've been taking the time to work on without other people's opinion. Writers are a challenge in themselves. We know actually when we become a writer and when we decide to become a writer, we never had the promise of being able to be rich or to make money. No one writes to be rich. Believe me. So when it comes to actually writing something that's going to make history, or at least be a part of literary history, we must be vigilant about it and not make something that makes absolutely no sense. When it comes to anything that I want to do and anything that I do want to achieve, I feel it is the me for me. No one can tell me that I can't do something. No one can tell me that I'm not worth anything. And no one can take away the main thing that I've been doing my entire life. Intellect. I love being smart. I love reading. And no one can take away any of the knowledge that I've already obtained. And no one can keep me from learning new knowledge. That's the great part about it. So today, this week, this month, please put your all into whatever you're doing. Put a dedication onto every project that you decide to venture. And just be sure that you're not letting anything anyone says or anything that anyone does put a damper on everything that you can become. You can be successful. You can be wonderful. You can be just whoever you want to be honest. But don't let anyone take that away from you. When it comes to these videos, like I said, I'm not a sugarcoater and I am not one to tell you what you want to hear. If you have not completed your project, or if you have not even started your project at this point, it's just because you don't want to do it. That's it. This is because you do not have that passion that needs to be put towards it to actually get it finished. And I am going to tell you how you can keep that momentum up and how you can keep making sure that you outline your goals for the year instead of just letting them flop because you're letting them just spin in your head, but you're not putting any action or any motivation to them. So with that being said, I hope that you guys please stay tuned. I'm going to be posting so much more. I'm going to be posting a lot this year because I have so much going on and so many things going to be released, and we're just going to be on this journey together because, believe it or not, I am writing my first novel. That is out of my comfort zone. I'm not writing poetry anymore, so we're going to see how that goes. And I'm actually welcoming in just accepting what it is and seeing how it goes. But either way, it's not something that I'm letting just be a nonchalant thing. I am outlining it. I am getting my characters together. So we're going to work on all of that together. Let writers support writers. A writer giving another writer a piece of information. And if anything, I hope to just keep a smile on your face and just tell you some things that's maybe a little entertaining about me being a writer, because this life is a struggle. It's a struggle. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button to share. And I just hope that you guys have a wonderful week and happy writing. See you later.